Yeah.
What a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal. What a fight. What a night. Artur Beterbiev went in there and handled business. Oh my God. What happened to Callum Smith? What happened to Callum Smith? Oh my God. Put a case on the strategy, or either the execution. This was bad, man. We're going to talk all about it on this episode. Y'all hurry up and get in here. Let's run the short intro so we can get this episode done. Let's get it.
This that squad sound. This is madness.
Yeah. What up, dog? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. You already know what it is.
What do you mean by that?
We break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. These fights were pretty interesting tonight. Gave us a lot to talk about. Well, a little to talk about because we seems to be seemingly set up for undisputed. So we're gonna talk about that on this episode. I'm gonna open the phone lines up, get your opinion real quick. Drop the link out there. First in the building though, my homegirl Foodie with the beauty. What up, fam?
What up, Mark? How you doing? What up, everyone?
What's popping with you? What you think of the fights tonight?
I only caught the main event. I'm not surprised with Beterbiev's performance. He gave a very good performance. He did what he comes to do, which was wreck shop. Broke Callum down. Caleb didn't really put up. I mean, I'm not really that high on him, to be honest with you. I was hoping he was going to do a little bit better, but he wasn't moving his feet. He was standing right there in front of him, just getting punched on. Anytime he would get some momentum or whatever and double up on the jab, he wouldn't follow up. He wasn't using his length. He wasn't using his tools. So I'm not surprised that he got broke. I'm surprised he lasted 7 rounds. That's what I'm surprised about. I'm not surprised. I thought he was going to be out in the 4th round.
Yeah, what was his game plan, man? I think the fight started with a crazy flurry by Beterbiev, and Callum Smith was just standing there, just taking all kind of punishment early in the first round. I think Beterbiev probably let off about 15, 20 punches before Callum Smith threw anything. Crazy.
Right. I thought it could have been over then. Shit. I was not sure he was going to make it out of the first round. And then all the rest of the rounds up to the 4th round, they were kind of iffy. Could have sworn he was going to get him out in the 4th. But he, by the grace of God, he moved a little bit. What was the first time he buckled him? He dropped him.
Every time he touched him. Every time he buckled him.
The punches, the Beterbiev punches are so fucking crisp. You can hear him like somebody biting into an apple. And every time Caleb would hit him, or Callum or whatever his name is, you couldn't even hear it. It was like they were pity pats to a real punch. He wasn't moving his feet. He wasn't using. He was just. That's why Buddy McGregor was like, "Get off the ropes. Stay off the ropes." Kept getting back into the corner. I just don't know what the fuck they was
doing. Yeah, I agree. Even Tim Bradley was saying. I think we were talking about it in the live fight chat. Like this guy, he just seemed scared very early on. He seemed timid. Then he gave away his height, his reach, the jab. Like his jab wasn't there, but also it don't seem like nothing he was doing was touching this guy, hurting this guy. Other than that one time, I think it was an uppercut he got in, and it kind of slowed Beterbiev down for a brief intermission. But other than that, yeah, this dude was getting beat up all night.
Like it's like the same way he was fighting Canelo. Like he just sat there and got beat up on. He's got to work on that. He got to work on giving away his height and his reach. That how I feel about Fundora. That's how I feel about Fundora. But you brought up to me one time we were watching a fight. Like every time he does try to use his reach, he gets knocked out. And just as soon as I said that shit, he got knocked out right after that.
Shit crazy.
I don't understand it. How do you be so long and have such great reach and you don't know how to utilize it?
He don't have no footwork. He ain't no footwork either.
Well, who are you paying to teach you, to train you? That will teach you how to utilize that at this point in the game. So
You take it.
Go ahead.
Plugging in. I'm plugging in. Hold on. 3-1. Let me see who is this. 315. You're on the line. What's your name? Where you from, fam? 315. Can you hear me? Let me try something else.
Yo, you can hear me?
I can hear you now, sir. Talk to them. Tell everybody your name, where you from, family.
Well, what's good, man? It's your boy D Young from Syracuse, man. What's poppin'?
D Young from Syracuse. Welcome home, bro.
What up?
Talk to me. What you think of the fight
What's
tonight?
good? Man, tremendous performance by Beterbiev, man. Tremendous performance, and I think this is definitely getting him ready for B-ball, man. And I don't know, man. Dude just something different, man. You know, we talk about power and, you know, punch placement and everything, man. It's just different, bro. And, you know, the way he do it, you know what I mean? It's just he just gets these guys timid whenever you touch them. Like I was listening earlier to the live stream, it was like, man, he blocking the punches, but like even when you block the punches, it still hurt, man. It's like pretty much what Canelo do, hit you anywhere to make you feel that, you know, his power. And I don't know, man. I think he's gonna break B-ball, man. I don't see B-ball lasting.
Really?
I don't see B-ball lasting. Yeah, I think he's gonna break him.
Damn.
What you got? Who you got in that fight, boy?
Man, that shit is all about styles for me, man. It's hard not to bet against the guy. It's hard to bet against the guy who has 100% knockout ratio, but as we always say, styles may fight. So, and he is getting older.
Yeah.
So. But
he definitely is getting older. But I mean, can't use that old. I mean, you know, we can't use the old excuse when you have a solid night. And you know, people like to use the old excuse when you have an unsolid night, kind of like with that yard fight. Everybody was like, "Oh, he was getting hit a lot."
Right.
But shit, maybe he might have just saw something that he could take yard punch. You know what I mean? And who's to say he might do that in the B-ball fight? If B-ball can't hurt him, you know what I mean? Shit, what you gonna do? To walk through them things? But I don't know, man. To me, I think it'll just take a special fighter to beat B-ball. I don't know who that is, but man, I would have loved to see him and Andre Ward square off though. I would have loved that. I definitely would have loved that. Like I'd have loved to see him and Andre Ward square off because Canelo can't fuck with him. I definitely don't think Canelo can fuck with him. He's too strong, too big. You know, I mean, if Benavidez was to come up, I would love to see him and Benavidez square it off. But
what you think about? What you think about that drug test, man? I got two more questions for you. What you think about that drug test? It was like a atypical finding. They said it was okay. The show went on, but what'd you think of that? That was kind of bad, right?
Yeah, definitely kind of a black eye. I ain't overlooked that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, but they said they tested the man like what?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, I never heard of an atypical finding. I've heard of adverse findings, but
yeah, no, I mean, but it's crazy though. You know, it just goes back to his style. Like, you know, they be knocking these guys out with 100% ratio. I heard what they said before the fight, man. They tested the man 25 times, 4 times for this fight. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, so I guess that was concerns coming from the Smith camp. So, you know.
Well, they tested him 4 more times after that atypical finding. They did 2 more P tests, 2 more blood tests. And even still, one of the blood tests still haven't came back and the fight went on, you know?
We'll probably, if anything, if they put it out, we'll probably hear something this week if he was to pop dirty. But you know, it ain't far fetched. I mean, he hurting these guys like this. I mean, who wouldn't think that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Who wouldn't think that? Who wouldn't think that? But sport of boxing.
Did you see
better game? But I hope he's clean.
Last question for you. Did you see the Maloney fight, and did you see the Christian and Billy fight? The Christian and Billy fight before this?
Yeah, I saw both of those.
Did Maloney win that fight?
The Maloney fight.
Did you give it to Maloney or Sanchez?
I gave it to Sanchez.
Okay. And the other question is, based off what you saw with Christian and Billy, do you think he'll give Canelo a run?
I don't know. He did look good though. He did look good, but I'm not sure, man. I don't know. I'm not sure.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling in, man. You're more than welcome to call back anytime.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Mark.
My guy. Salute. What up? All right. Phone lines are open. You want to call in, voice your opinion, tell me what you thought about the fight. I'm not going to be here long, guys. I'm going to try to do this in about 40 minutes. I got 40 more minutes up here, tops. And I'm doing a Patreon episode. So I'm going to be out of here. So get in while you can if you want to get your bars off. Let me say this. When it comes to that adverse finding, atypical finding. Food, you ever heard of that before? Would you have fought?
Yes, I definitely would have fought because there's a lot of money. This is the thing. There's a lot of money on the line, and there's a lot of money that goes into getting ready for a fight. It's not that easy to walk away. Now, unless I got something concrete to walk away from, I'm not just going to walk away. So atypical could be an error or some shit, so I would have definitely fought him. But I can understand being skeptical.
Fair enough. Unbiased fan, Brim Reaper. What up, fam?
What's going on, young man? How you doing? Foodie?
What up, Brim?
I can't call it like an alcoholic. It was a good fight. I called the round going into the fight before the little news about the non-news about his elevated levels. I was like, Beterbiev will probably win like round 10, but I think they pissed him off, and I should have put money on the fight because I predicted the exact round. I'm upset at myself, but I ain't trying to gamble like that anyway. But yeah, when it came to Smith, I saw he did take some punches earlier, and I didn't think he was done for or anything like that. And he tried to utilize his length, but he's just not quite good enough a boxer versus Beterbiev to be able to, keep him at the end of his stick. He's not as good as Bivol to be able to do something like that. And, then he tried to fight with him, and it was pretty much, a foregone conclusion because he was getting dinged on. He was trying to fight. I give him props for trying, but once he realized that he could not keep him on the end of the stick and jab, he decided to try to fight with him, and it was just a matter of time. And, I mean, Beterbiev's punches are so sharp and so short and so crisp that, I mean, if you had asked me a year and a half ago who I had between Beterbiev and Bivol, I would have said Bivol, but I'm at the point now where I don't think Bivol's going to be to keep him at the end of the stick for the whole fight. I think Beterbiev eventually will break him down as well.
Tell me why.
Tell me why. Why do I think Beterbiev will break Bivol down? Because Beterbiev is a good enough boxer, and he's patient, and he has a high quality precision jab to be able to keep up with Bivol. Now, Bivol, I think, is good enough in the early rounds to be able to win rounds and to be able to keep him at the end of the stick at times. But I think eventually Beterbiev is going to land some of those good quality short jabs, and it's going to give him the opportunity to get inside. And I think when he gets inside, he's going to, he's going to turn that tide and dominate the fight at that point. And if he hurts Bivol, I think he may get him out. I can see a 12-round decision, but if it does happen to be a 12-round decision, it's because Bivol is surviving in the back end of the fight. Because I think Beterbiev is going to catch him at some point. That dude's a machine, right? People be having me laugh, calling him Wolverine.
That's funny.
So yeah.
Hold on.
No, because you have to go.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. What was you about to say?
Oh no. Go ahead.
Hold the line.
I've been talking long enough.
No, you good. Hold on. KP from KC5. What up, fam?
What up, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. So far, so good. Talk to me. What you think of the fight?
Man, that dude, bro. Damn. Man, he just ran him out the ring. I'm surprised he lasted that long. He just literally ran the man out the ring. First round, he starts beating on him. Smith backs him up. After he backs him up, then he comes back and just presses him even harder. Man, that dude, man, the adverse findings make it. Man, that's why I said the other day, man. Like, if you have like an adverse finding or something like that, man, they got to come off your check, bro. I ain't fighting you. Just give me my check. Pay for my training and all that, man. I'll holler at you next time.
It wasn't adverse. Adverse means you pop dirty. It was atypical.
Okay. And what does atypical mean in new 2024 language? Since they changed the word, what does that mean?
We don't know. We got to check it again.
It's a new definition. All right. See, man.
I look it up, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you said. You know why I'm pressing it, because they always come out with after all the boxing dirty tests we've seen.
Here we go. Atypical is not typical, not conforming to the type, irregular, abnormal, typical behavior. Okay. So they said this. Hold on, let me be fair. They said you can get this. This can happen to you if you recovering, if you was working real hard, like your body. So they test you again to see if your body just producing this. But just trying to. I don't want to get.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, man. It's just wow.
So what is it that came up atypical in the finding? Did they say what it was?
HGH, nigga.
Hell no, they did not say that.
See, Foodie, that's what came up. He on that very bond.
Hell no, that nigga been shooting.
It said HGH and estranodolone or some shit like that.
He's
Man,
shooting HGH.
My nigga came in there like Hugh Jackman,
women.
man. Came in there like Hugh Jackman, y'all.
They said our body.
No, that's HGH. I'm thinking HGC. Yeah, HGH. What?
He had the Barry Bonds on him, Foodie. That's what he had. That's what I'm saying, man.
No. I mean, how hard would you have to work out in order for you to have abnormal or atypical findings of HGH naturally? You know what I'm saying? Without any enhancements.
Y'all really
I forgot
want to
to
be
ask
honest?
That question. Like, what was it that was atypical? Now, fuck that shit, nigga. You got to pay me. Fuck you, pay me.
That's what I'm saying, man. Do y'all really want to be honest? Like, bruh.
Nope.
Like, my man, like, I picked him to win the fight. I told Mark this before this fight. I said, I got Beterbiev. But then when the testing thing came out a couple days ago, I was like, damn. Atypical versus adverse? So now they're using different language. I knew they was playing the game when I seen the new language.
It's fine line. You know, it's just like allergy versus adverse reaction. It's kind of the same shit. We're still going to avoid giving you whatever it is that you were allergic to or had an adverse reaction to. You know, so it's like it's semantics.
Y'all think this nigga dirty, man? What's up, Bo? Hold on, hold on, Bo. What's up? What you think of the fight?
Hey, what's happening, man? Thanks for inviting me on, man. Salute to the panel.
Won't have it no other way, bro. What you think of the fight?
Total destruction. Broke him down. Beat him to submission, basically. To the corner, throwing a towel, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's a great performance on Artur Beterbiev's part. And not only did Callum Smith went down for the first time, he went down for the second time, and his face was all fucked up. So that's how I look at it.
Okay.
But yeah. Beterbiev, he went in there. He boxed smart, in my opinion. He boxed real smart in there. He didn't go straight forward, and like the Mauler machine. He just systematically broke him down. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nothing I didn't think Callum Smith could do to affect him. You know, Callum Smith did show some heart in throwing back, because I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those guys that criticized Callum Smith in that Canelo fight where he just sat there and just took punches all night and didn't even want to throw no punches back. This time he actually tried to fight Beterbiev. He just got outclassed and beat the fuck up. So
okay. All right, Brent, let me ask you this. Did you see the undercards, Maloney, Christian, and Billy?
So I didn't get a chance to see Mobility because I was, doing some other stuff. But I did see Maloney, and Maloney, well, he pulled that out. He was in trouble for a little bit, but he pulled it out on the back end. I mean, he's a solid fighter. He's not a great fighter or special, but, I mean, it was a solid showing by him to be able to pull that fight out. It was close, though.
Okay. Anybody else?
But I heard.
Go ahead. I didn't know if you was done.
I heard that Billy Washington. He got busy. There. I heard him and Billy got busy, which is not a surprise.
Hell yeah, he got busy. All right, it's open to everybody. Go ahead.
Hey, I saw that. My bad. I hope I ain't skipped the line.
No, you good. It's open to everybody. Go
ahead. I saw the M Billy fight. He ain't got no defense, man. Like, he had a great performance, but he was actually getting touched up in his fight too. And he has no defense. He's all offense. There's a lot of flaws in his game. He has a lot of power, I'll give him that, but he needs to tweak those holes. He need to close them holes up real quick because he gonna get somebody with that no defense and get really hurt bad, in my opinion. But his offense is there. I just wish he work off the jab a little bit more than what he's doing. And like I said, work on that defense because that's gonna get him hurt, man. He's a fan-friendly fighter with no defense.
Go ahead, Brian. What you think? Look, the guy's in line to fight Canelo, y'all. Like, his offense is his defense. Well, from what I saw, and I disagree. I thought his jab was decent at times. He just knew those shots were. He was hurting the guy with the power shots. I thought he abandoned the jab because he was like, "This guy ain't got nothing for me." Start walking him down, but definitely think he needs to work on his defense. His head was getting snapped back early. But I don't know. I think this guy can give Canelo a run for his money. I think he'll put up a better fight than Jermell Charlo. I don't think he's winning, but definitely will put up a better fight than Jermell Charlo did. But I ain't buying it though. Let's be clear.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think if Canelo was gonna fight somebody next, he'll easily pick this dude over David Benavidez because this dude ain't got no defense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Canelo would pick a box of cereal over David Benavidez.
Damn, Foley.
I don't know if there's so much Canelo slander. You know why? This is why I'm going to give a pushback in regards to that. Because if he was already the 3-fight deal was up and he didn't fight Benavidez, then I'd be like, yeah, it's grand. But we're still in the process of it. And this is the biggest reason why. Canelo has only been in PBC this go around for one fight. What was already clearly stated by Samson Litwitz is that they would not send Benavidez over to fight Canelo to the zone. So when Canelo was at the zone, they wasn't going to send him over to fight. And then if they were super duper hard pressed for that fight, considering that he's been the WBC #1 guy for over 2 years, he could have mandated it. But they didn't want him to mandate it because then he goes to purse bid. If they lose purse bid, then that completely offsets what the goal was to have Canelo on PBC and for them to have the fight and keep it there. So for me to jump out the window and say, oh, he's scared of Benavidez, he's ducking Benavidez, is a reach. Now, if he doesn't fight him in May, it's a partial duck for me. But it's, at the end of the day, it's a 3-fight deal. So he has till September to fight him, or whatever date it is, to his 3rd fight to fight him. If he doesn't fight him in those 3 fights, then everything that everybody is saying about him ducking Benavidez becomes 100% valid. But until then, it's all conjure, it's all speculation, and it's just not 100% true.
I said what the fuck I said.
Yeah, and
Canelo would rather fight.
So
Canelo would rather fight a cactus.
Let her get her bars off. You come back, Bo, jump in. I like this. I like the energy.
Yeah.
I just want to hear what she had to say. Go ahead.
I said Canelo would rather fight a cactus butt naked in the middle of the fucking ocean than to fight David Benavidez next. And it's not because he's afraid of the fight. I think he's just afraid of being embarrassed by him. I'm not saying he's afraid to fight him. You don't want to be embarrassed. What happens? What if? You just never know. Because there's just no reason for this nigga to be running around like he run around and fighting any and everybody but this dude. If he's not a threat, go on ahead and fight him. I don't want to hear all this. Well, then in the next, and if it was in the 3 eliminate, I don't want to hear it. We heard all of it. We've seen all of it. He's been the interim champion for a long time now, almost 2 years now. He's done what he needs to do. He's fucked up. He's come back. He's grown as a fighter and as a man, in my opinion. Like, give him his chance. Just get it out the way. If he's so easy, if he's not a threat, just get him on out the way. I want to see that shit, and everybody else does too.
Now, Foodie, You're disregarding the factual information I just gave you. We're one fight into the deal. If Benavidez was so keen on fighting Canelo when Canelo was at the zone, his manager would not have publicly stated he would not send Benavidez to the zone, and they would petition for the fight. But they didn't petition for the fight. So at the end of the day, what we're basing this off of is basing us off of him fighting one fight versus Charlo. That's what it's based off of. If he doesn't fight him in the next two fights, everything you're saying is valid. But until then, it's not. He's only been over there for one fight during his duration. So
I'm not with all of the details. All I'm saying is that I want to see him fight within these next two fights, and that we have reason to believe that might not happen. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't want to see him fight nobody else but David Benavidez. I'm not going to pay attention to anything else he does until he fights David Benavidez. I don't give a fuck who else he fights.
And I feel that part right there. I feel that part right there. I can relate to that part because that's the fight I want for May. But
because you see, we know Canelo gets to do whatever he wants to do.
I can't say he's running away from Benavidez when he's only been there for one fight. And I know that Benavidez in his camp wasn't going to fight Canelo when he was at the zone.
When Canelo said he don't want to fight no Mexicans, I was like, you don't want to fight David Benavidez. Because David Benavidez is Mexican, and that's why you got the whole conversation about, well, David Benavidez is not really Mexican, so, well, I mean, that sparked that bullshit over there. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to see the fight. So I didn't like that comment over there, and that made me feel like maybe, I don't know I really don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about that comment there. So I won't even go over there. I just want to see that fight. I think that's the best fight to be made. We're talking about big fights. Canelo hasn't had a super fight in a long time. That him fighting Jermell Charlo was not a super fight. That shit was a walkthrough. Like, we knew it was going to happen. It was a money grab. We want to see Canelo fight a big fight. John Ryder before that. What?
But he's going to get this money regardless of who he
I don't care about him getting his money. I'm talking about what I want to see is I'm not counting his money. I'm not counting his money.
But you said it's money.
But you talking about it. You brought up his money. I'm not talking about his money. I'm talking about what I want to see as a boxing fan. And I don't want to see nothing else. Like I said,
money grab for Charlo. It's not a money grab for Charlo. He fought Charlo.
It was
talking shit about it.
There's nobody else There's nobody else that Jermell Charlo could have fought that he would have got the kind of money that he was going to get with Canelo, just like everybody else who want to fight Canelo. You can't tell me no different. He didn't even go there and fight the man. So what are you talking about?
Oh yeah, Charlo did the money grab. Yeah, Gazelle's only.
That's what I said.
Canelo. Yeah, Charlo.
Of course not, Canelo. Canelo don't need to grab nobody money. He is the money. I'm not talking about that.
Okay, I heard you wrong, darling. You got that. I heard you wrong. I thought you said Canelo was a money grab. Yeah, Charlo went out like a sucker.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe I misstated it, but that's not what I meant. Yeah, hell no. That was never going to be competitive.
You were talking about Charlo was a money grab for him. Yeah, Charlo went out like.
I mean, and even if Jermell Charlo would have got in there and fought him, he still was going to lose, in my opinion. So it don't really matter.
Got you, but there was years of history of them talking. He was talking shit about how he could beat Canelo.
Man, come on, Brad. There's a lot of people who's talking history about beating Canelo. Canelo fought Charlo because that was an easy fight. At the end of the day, that was an easy fight for him.
It was the easier fight out of all of them because it's a 3-fight deal. But at the end of the day, if we go back and I'm not saying I'm not saying Foodie, but we look at a lot of the people who are boxing fans that was talking about Canelo years ago. They were saying he need to fight Charlo. You need to fight Charlo. So people was
but they was talking about Jamal Charlo, not Jamel.
Right, that's correct. When they were at 160. Before he moved up to 168, Canelo.
But a lot of the things that I'm hearing about Canelo is the same things they were saying about him before the Triple G fight. And he fought Triple G 3 times. So I think the fight's going to happen.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but the thing is, if people were questioning Canelo over every person that people question Canelo over fighting, he fought them. So he hasn't given.
Who they name all the people they question Canelo to fight. Name all the people they question Canelo fighting before them.
Triple G, Laura. Hold up. Who's the other one? That was earlier.
I'm gonna be honest. Before you go to the third one, ain't nobody questioning Canelo fight no damn Arislandi Laura. That not the fan base. The fan base wasn't like, yo, you need to fight Arislandi Laura.
Yes, it was. And you can't if you say otherwise. At that exact moment, yes.
Fight Arislandi. The crowd was saying that he needs to fight Arislandi Laura. If I'm not mistaken, Arislandi Laura went to crash the.
Defeated. That guy was a top guy, and he was like, "Oh, you don't."
No, I'm not saying he's not a top guy, but you said the fans was talking like he needs to go fight Arislandi Laura. And that's why he did it. Nobody was really pressing for that fight. And actually, when they fought, I actually thought Laura won the fight, and they didn't even want to do the rematch.
Okay, can I say something? Yes, I can. Thank you. This is what I would like to normalize in 2024 with these boxing conversations. Stop looking back and start looking in the present and looking forward. What could he possibly do to continue his legacy instead of fighting over who he fought already? The people that y'all just named are not even relevant in boxing anymore. But David Benavidez he's a rising star, and that's who I'm looking at. I'm looking at the next class to come up. I'm looking at the Devin Haney's. I'm looking at the Shakurs.
He's not gonna fight. He's not gonna fight David Benavidez.
Well, whether he is or not, that's the reason why I brought him in the conversation. I get so tired of talking about Triple G and Laura and all that shit's in the past. Them motherfuckers ain't even active no more. Really.
If you don't pay attention to history, they're doing to repeat itself. But somebody said who said he's not gonna fight Benavidez? I got $5 on that.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think he's gonna fight Benavidez.
Grim said that shit like it was $500. Who said?
I know.
Wait, hold on. You sound so muffled. I'm not sure what I heard. What you said. I heard something about $5.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Say that part.
Muffled, yeah.
It's like you too close to the mic now. Hey, Brim, that shit was funny though. Who said that? I got $5 on it. I got $5.
I got 5 on it.
Homie,
I was about to say. 5 on it.
That was hilarious.
Yeah. Yo, that shit was funny. Brent made it seem like he was about to bet $100,000 on that shit.
No, listen,
or even
it don't matter how much money it is, how much passion is behind the money.
Shout out to hey, hold on real quick. Let me do a couple of announcements. Shout out to my guy Blood Boxing in the building. Hey Blood, did you think Maloney won that fight? Or you thought Sanchez won? Also, let me know if you think Mbili stands a chance against Canelo. Will Canelo pick Mbili over Benavidez? Would that be a duck? He's undefeated, right? And he's 25-0 or 26-0. Dundada, what up? He said, you cap? He said, no, y'all trying to rewrite history. It was both Charlos. I believe so at 1.2 at 54. Yeah, I believe so too. Alonzo, amazing. What's up? He said, smash the likes from Martin Nash. I appreciate it. That guy eclipsed 330 in here early. Shout out to Epoxy Magic. Appreciate y'all. Somebody said, oh, yes, we did. Laura was dangerous for Canelo. I just want to do a couple announcements real quick. Go ahead.
I'm with that guy Eclipse. What's cap is the Charlos. Both of them niggas is cap.
Oh, wow.
I don't hear nothing else about them. Unless they really, really doing some shit. Like, none of them are really, like, what's either one of their next fights?
Shout out to my guy Megazar. He said Canelo is not gonna fight him. Who, Mbili or David Benavidez? Who you talking about?
We definitely talk about David Benavidez. Come on,
why do y'all think that though? The guy doesn't have an O no more.
Who, David Benavidez?
No, Canelo. He's got losses, got draws. Like,
because here's the thing, man. Canelo was a business. You know what I'm saying?
No. He's not a business. He's an economy.
You don't want nobody to fuck up the economy. You don't want nobody to fuck up the economy. And it might not even be Canelo choice. It's probably the people who's backing him like, yo, nah, this motherfucker too dangerous. We need to keep making money off of you. They're going to milk that fucking cow until they can't milk it no more.
But
maybe Canelo.
Yeah,
when you're in the economy,
more big paydays.
What was that?
After he fought Bivol, he had 2 big paydays. He had one in Mexico, then he had
I know, but those guys wasn't on the level of no damn B-boy.
And that's where they wouldn't go to Benavidez. So I don't want to hear about him ducking Benavidez when he was at the zone when they already clearly stated they wouldn't put Benavidez there.
I'm saying Canelo handlers are probably like, yo,
hold on.
This motherfucker too dangerous for you.
Before we go down the handler route, let me just remind you that he R-worded the motherfucking PBC for $100 million when they was about to go out of business. You trying to tell me he got some handlers? He makes all the decisions. His team, wherever he goes,
that's what I'm talking about. His team.
Well, maybe they have some conversations, but I don't think that they can tell Canelo who to fight and who not to fight.
Yeah,
not like the average boxer. Just like Bud Crawford, don't nobody tell Bud what he's gonna do.
But Eddie Reynoso works in unison with them. But again, at the end of the day, almost every fighter.
I thought they worked in San Diego. They fight out of San Diego.
So I don't have any evidence to show me that he's not going to fight Benavidez. So in advance, I appreciate that $5 you're going to send to me. And matter of fact, what you say.
Hey, I put it like this. I will gladly send you the $5. I'm gonna tell you why. Canelo had a rematch clause with Bivol. Why that fight never happened?
Because Bivol wanted to fight at 168 and Canelo wanted to run it back.
Canelo didn't even want to fight at 175. Canelo made so many excuses. Bivol said, you know what, since you want to make this, you were too small, excuse your hand injury and all that other stuff, I'll fight you at 168. Because if Canelo could call the shots, he would have sent an offer. He didn't even send an offer for the rematch. That's just the room. That's just the I'm gonna get out of it. He didn't want to fight Bivol again. I don't care what narrative they try to spin.
I agree with you. I agree.
You didn't want to see it anyway.
What's that?
Are you in the bathroom? You sound
Cool.
like you're in the bathroom.
Yeah. You got an echo, man.
I'm in the echoey room. Because I'm at work. It's taking me work to chop it up the chop.
How about instead of $5? I bet you a new microphone off of Amazon so that you can sound better when you call in.
Well, it's got to be a headset.
I got a question for you. Too. I like this question in the chat, and I'm going to pose that to the panel and the audience as well. But my question for you is, what is the timeline when you say he's going to fight him? Fight him when? 2 years from now, before the end of 2024? Which leads me to segue to the question that somebody in the chat said, Miguel Ramos. He said, what do we get first, Canelo versus Benavidez or Tank versus Haney? I like that question. That'll be a good topic one day.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
What y'all think? I can do an hour on that shit, but I'm not. But what do y'all?
I think Canelo versus Benavidez will definitely happen before Tank ever fights Haney.
On that level, it makes me feel like he would. At least Canelo has shown me that he would fight somebody on that level, so I have much more confidence in it happening. And in regards to the question when you said the timeline, Mark, within the next 2 fights of his last 2 fights on his deal with PBC, one of those 2 fights are going to be Benavidez. If not,
hope so.
we should go all out war on Canelo. But one of those 2 fights are going to be Benavidez.
Interesting. And what evidence do you have of that? Because you was talking about you don't have any evidence that he won't fight him.
Every time we question Canelo about who he fought, we question Canelo about fighting a particular fighter, for the most part, he's fought him. People was clamoring and said, you ain't going to fight Triple G, you ain't going to fight Triple G. He fought him 3 times. So I'm going based off the history. He may not give it to you at the exact time you want it, but he gets to that point.
Yo, you
with
just
Tank, I don't
compare him
have
to
any
God.
evidence for that.
He don't
Right,
come.
he might come when you want him, but it's always on time.
You're taking it too far. You're taking it too far, Mark. You took that too far. No, don't do that, Mark. No, Mark. No, that's not even Don't do that. That's blasphemy.
Because that saying goes with God. You might not come when you call him, but he's always on time.
But he's waiting on time.
Not always there when you call, but he's always on time.
Rudy always gonna go in the song, yo.
Yeah. What y'all think? What anybody else? Bowl, Foodie, what y'all think? What y'all think y'all gonna get first? Canelo versus Benavidez or Haney versus Tank? What y'all think come first?
I would be really shocked if Haney and Tank ever happens, but then again, I never thought Ryan versus Tank would happen. But we saw what it came with, all the stipulations. Haney ain't playing that game. I don't give a fuck what y'all talk about A-side and all that other kind of shit. He has no reason. Look at the trajectory of his career and what he's accomplished and where he's going. Like, Ryan's not on that trajectory. He's not about to let nobody fuck him up like that and be like, oh yeah, you're gonna come back down to 135 and all that other bullshit or catch weight. I don't think that's gonna happen, and that's where it will the negotiations will stop right there.
Interesting. All right, go ahead, Bo. What you think?
Yeah, I have more confidence in Canelo fighting Benavidez before this whole Tank thing. You gotta think,
Damn.
like to me is they playing games like the whole boxing thing. They playing games with Devin Haney. They basically doing that, man, like how they were doing Terrence Crawford. You know, they see a guy who might not have great knockout power, but he could outbox the shit out of you. In the case of Devin Haney. And they don't want to fuck up the business when it comes to Tank Davis. The Tank Davis is their moneymaker. Devin Haney goes in there, upset the apple cart. Now you cannot market Tank Davis to be the stone cold killer as he was before because he just got outboxed the shit out of. So unless Devin Haney was to go sign to the PBC, they're gonna start keeping fighters away from Devin Haney. And I could say, as far as with the whole Ryan situation, the reason why that fight happened because it was going to make big money off the jump because Ryan Garcia has instant social media followers, even though Ryan Garcia is not even on the level near as a Tank, T.O., or Devin, or even Shakur. They can market Ryan just based on him, you know, I guess his looks, you know, with these teenage girls and the social media and everything else. But with Devin Haney, they like Foodie said, he ain't gonna play those games. He gonna be like, yo, let's get to the fight. And that fight ain't gonna never happen.
Go ahead, bro. What you think?
Hold up, let me take myself off speaker.
No, you
Oh,
good.
not on speaker. I mean, I thought I was on mute.
You good? What you think of what they said?
Yeah, Bo, that was a pretty good soliloquy on that. The thing is, Mayweather, as great as a fighter as he is, I hate him as a promoter. He sucks ass. He's the reason why that fight definitely ain't happening. He's played a major role in that, and I don't give a shit about a Rolly and Ryan fight. I'm not paying for it. We'll talk about it afterwards, and I'll watch it on YouTube when it with some clips or something. But I'm not paying pay-per-view for that fight. I don't even care. And you're right about the whole thing with Tank. But why be worried about losing your O? But I can see why, because PBC stable is getting old, and they don't have a lot of new fighters that's coming up up the ranks. So the guys they got to keep them, you know, in the position they in as best way as possible. But also, to be fair to Tank a little bit, the first fight coming back after almost a year layoff maybe shouldn't be Ryan. I mean, shouldn't be Haney. Maybe he should get a fight in before that, but it's the way the business be going about that rubs people the wrong way.
Hold up, you said the fight shouldn't be Haney?
Not the first fight for him coming back after his last fight in April. If it was, I wouldn't mind if he had set up a fight, right? But then at the same token, negotiated a deal to fight with Haney right behind that. So, like, let's say, for instance, like I proposed this before. I don't know if y'all remember, but I was saying that if let's say he fights Pitbull, even though now we know that ain't happening based on what's been currently going on. But let's say he fought Pitbull at 140, but then after that is announced, maybe a week or two later, you get an announcement that, hey, after this fight, the Haney fight is already agreed in principle for this potential day. You know what I mean? That would go over so much better with the masses, because now we know that, okay, you're taking a fight to get prepared for this fight because you haven't fought in almost a year. That's okay. But if you just go in and get a tune-up and you don't have another fight behind it, you're going to get much more vitriol from the fans because we're looking for that fight from you.
I'm kind of interested, like...
Done with his soft touches, bro, for Tank. Go ahead. What you say?
Well, I get it. I understand. Like you said, he hasn't fought in almost a year now. So, I mean, you know, he can go ahead and take a soft touch. His next fight doesn't have to be Haney, but we have no reason to believe that would ever happen. But I'm kind of interested, like, what if Rolly, like, we don't know what the situation with Rolly is. He's a champion in recess. He has a mandatory who is Grandpa Barroso now, right? That's his mandatory?
Super Barroso.
Yeah.
Right.
So... what if he goes in there and beats Grandpa Barroso, and then Tank says, I want to fight Rolly next at 140? Would his fans then expect him to fight Haney then? Because that would be his second fight at 140. Because he would also be a champion at 140.
I don't see that happening though. You think that's what was the move?
That's what I thought was going to happen when Rolly initially stole the belt from Grandpa Buttle. So I thought, like, okay, Heyman, slipped Tony Weeks that that suitcase money so that he could get that shit. That briefcase money. And and they were going to be. I thought they were going to be setting it up for that to happen. Then Tank would be like, "Oh yeah, I want to fight Rolly again," because people really did like that fight. And Rolly does, in a weird way, have some kind of a little fan base, but they're both, PBC Mayweather, fighters. So I was like, okay, so Tank is gonna fight Rolly again. He's gonna get a belt, and then that was setting up. Then what happens next? Then I thought he was. Then I thought maybe he would fight Ryan again. But I don't know. That's a little murky situation.
I can't support that. That's damn near at the end of the year or next year. I remember right before he fought Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia. Y'all remember that clip? He was like, after these next two niggas, y'all niggas gonna see what's up. If he win, I want to fight him. I want to fight Devin Haney. Knowing Devin Haney had a rematch clause. So he was like, yeah. But after these next two niggas, y'all gonna see what's up. The next two was Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia. And I remember watching that in 2022 with him doing that interview. And I said, so he ain't gonna give us the fights we wanted to 2024 or later? People was like, what are you talking about? I said, because he said after the next two niggas, like, that's typical in boxing. They fighting twice a year. You're gonna fight twice, and maybe in 2024. I said, but you can't say in 2024 I give you the fights because we're in 2022 at the time. But I was like, man, he's not about to fight none of these dudes in 2023, and he might not fight them in 2024 because they're all bigger than him. They're all gonna probably move out of the division. So truly disappointing to say the least, man. Like Tank Davis, man, it's just I appreciate the fights that he gives us, and they are exciting. I give him that, but they're supposed to be exciting against these type of guys. Like these guys are passing Tank Davis in legacy, as far as going towards the Hall of Fame. Guys like Devin, T.O., Shakur, you guys are multi-division champions, real champions too. Yeah, it's just disappointing, man.
Is it Tank the email champion now?
No, he's the official one now.
Yeah, they did that in a weird way.
They removed the super belt, so now he's the only champion.
Yeah, so oh, go ahead. My bad.
I was gonna say, but it's weird because they're not removing the super belt in all the divisions, just certain divisions, right? Because Bivol is
no, what it is they're trying to get rid of their goal was to get rid of all the
they wanted to consolidate the belt.
Secondary titles out there amongst all the divisions through the WBC. What's the Mark? I don't know if you can tell me off the top of what's the other three. I know that one of them is the that bum. What's that bum's name? Is that heavyweight? Char. He's one, and the only reason why that baby belt is still available is because he had went to court, and so for a suit, and so for the settle the suit, they let him get that baby belt for the WBA. So WBC. So that's one.
Morrell's a baby belt.
Yep, Morrell. Tank's gone, and there's one more, and I think it's at 118. I think I'm trying to remember who it is. But there's three other ones out there. There's three out there, and the goal was to get rid of.
Hey, Maloney. Maloney got the WBO.
He already. Yeah.
Sorry about that noise, man. The phone was going off.
I didn't even hear it. No doubt.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
back to Beterbiev. I think Beterbiev and Bivol happens in June. That's what I'm thinking. I was listening to what Bob Arum said after the fight. So they're going to end up probably negotiating the terms, and because again, Bivol's already set. He's already decided. They already agreed upon his pay. You notice all these individually agreed to the pay with the fighters. So they're probably going to start. They're going to probably sit down and negotiate his side of it. If they find an agreement, then I think that fight happens in June.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that fight. It's going to be an interesting one.
For sure. All right. Well, shit. You give me any final thoughts on this or anything we talked about tonight, man? or anything going on in the sport about you want to wrap it up? I'll let you land the plane, Brian. Like your final thoughts before I go to Bold and Foodie.
Yeah, man, appreciate you giving me a little time. Shout out to the Wolverine, aka the man in light heavyweight right now, Mr. Beterbiev. Great performance. I don't know what's on the schedule for next week. We know we got the 27th. We got I'm looking forward to seeing John Ryder hopefully beat Munguia so they can eliminate Canelo's options so we can get the Beterbiev fight. So everybody, let's root for Ryder right now. Let's go Ryder. And I appreciate you, brother. You have a blessing.
For sure. I appreciate you, man.
No doubt.
All right. I took a survey before. It seems like the majority of the people got Beterbiev. 63% to 37% saying Beterbiev gonna smoke Bivol. All right. Bo, give me your final thoughts. Foodie, Bo, give me your final thoughts.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Good chopping it up with y'all guys and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, hopefully Boxer lives up this year like they did the past couple of years. I thought it was a good past 2 years running boxing and whatnot. So hopefully it just continue to keep going. Hopefully we get these fights, that the fans really truly wants. I just want to say one thing, man. I just hate when when it comes to some certain fighters in America, they want to hide behind Hollywood and pay-per-views and shit. Whereas you got fighters, this shit might not be on pay-per-view, but we could get great fights and stuff. So I'm just hoping we could continue to get the great fights. But thanks for having me on. Thanks for chopping it up with y'all, and peace out.
For sure. Shout out my guy, Bo. Appreciate you, man. All right, Foodie, what you got for me on this topic?
Good fight. As far as undisputed with Beterbiev and Bivol, like I said before, styles make fights. I know that Bivol's gonna put up a way better fight than Callum Smith did. It ain't gonna look nothing like that. I don't know. I can't call it. I can't call it who's gonna fight that. Who's gonna win that fight? I just want to see it. It's gonna be a good fight. In other news, we just gonna sit here and see what the fuck's going on with the PBC, what they gonna do next. That's what I'm interested in finding out in 2024.
Okay. Where's that sound coming from? Oh, buzzing. Okay. Well, shit. Fair enough. I can't wait. All right, man. I'm about to end this one, man. I'm about to do a Patreon. Got a lot to unpack over there. It's gonna be a fun episode. Just taking a little break on this, man. As y'all know, your boy's a little under the weather, so I'm sorry. Missed the episode yesterday, and I ain't feeling that good right now, so bear with me, man, and appreciate your time, your energy for rocking with me. Shout out to Jessica. What up, fam? So, yeah, so I'm going to do this Patreon. We're going to have a good time over there. Appreciate your time, your energy. Thank you for supporting the show in a major way, and I'll see you on the next one. Remember, drinks require your sleep. Goals require your effort. Go out there and get your goals. More on to the next episode. Hey, look, respect is free. Disrespect gonna cost you everything: your family, your freedom, your finances, most importantly, your life. So let's show each other love. Let's show each other respect. And if not, let's just show each other the door. You go your way, I go mine. All right? I'll see you in the next one. Shman Martinez breaking beats. Peace. Hey, look, sometimes we're gonna agree, sometimes we're gonna disagree. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure, homeboy. Never forget this.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
And I mean that shit. Drive, niggas.
Hey, it's Antonio Tarver, champion. You watching Martin Nash at Breaking Beats. I usually don't do drops, but I'm gonna give you one, bro. I'm gonna give you one. I love you, champ.
This that squad side. This is me, man.
All right, Patreon is gonna start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and this should be a good one. I'm gonna do. Should I tell you? Yeah, I'll tell you what we're doing. we're gonna do this recap. Me and Food are gonna do that recap with Power because I missed it the other day. Because like I said, I've been ill last couple of days. But also we gotta talk about damn Jews digging them tunnels. Cameron said, "Hey, don't call me African American. They don't rock with me. I'm black." I'm gonna talk about that. Also, what's the other topic? Oh yeah, Yo Gotti's brother gets murdered at the funeral. So this should be an interesting episode on Patreon. Rock with me. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, Dr. Mark, God made this possible, and so did viewers like you. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.